First question, what got you interested in fashion?
Well, I kind of just liked fashion a lot ever since I was little, and I've always wanted to open up my own business and make my own clothes for people just to give back to my community.
How long have you been working in this field?
Actually, I started in 8th grade, and I kind of just went up from there. I got a mini sewing machine, and then I kind of just upgraded from there, and now I'm kind of a pro now.
Who or what is your inspiration?
Honestly, my inspiration would be Ariana Grande because she's always going the extra mile and she takes risks.
What inspired your most recent fashion line?
Well, I was hanging out with my friend Shelby and we were just talking, and then all of a sudden we were like, well, why can't we do a fashion show? And then we were like, well, what kind of style should it be? So for this last fashion show, we went for an elegance kind of style, and it actually worked out really well.
Where do you get your clothes?
Sometimes they're donated by Goodwill or Value Village, or sometimes I make them from scratch.
In the fashion show, what was your favorite outfit?
So one of the models, Katie McNerney, she wore a black and maroon dress that I made from scratch, and it was really fun because I got to tamper with colors and styles, and I really liked that one a lot.
What gave you the idea of doing Project Re-Runway?
Well, I kind of just wanted to give back to my community, and I have always loved fashion, and once I saw the opportunity, I kind of just took it, and it just went from there. And it was stressful, but in the long run, it was kind of amazing.
What got you interested in fashion?
It's not that I'm really interested in fashion. I just like to be creative and design clothes, and I like to sew. I've been sewing and making clothes since I was 8 years old.
What gave you the idea to use plastic for the fashion show?
I saw it as a challenge, and I've seen on Earth Day, Earth Week, they have these challenges where they're actually competitions on who can come up with the wildest, craziest costume made out of recycled materials. And so I just thought plastic would be the easiest thing to do, and I asked all the staff members to bring in plastic bags, and I got so many plastic bags and bags and bags and bags of plastic bag, which was good because on an average it took between 300 and 500 bags to make one dress. So the Project Re-Runway is to expose people to the different avenues on how you can either make or buy clothes and still be creative and fashionable. So we want people to be more aware that Value Village and Goodwill and especially Value Village, they have really name brand clothes, and you can go on consignment, you can get them on internet, and you don't have to buy things from the typical fast fashion places that are toxic and increasing our landfills because people will wear them once or twice and they throw them out because the clothes are so cheap.
Why would you choose a fashion show for this kind of message?
Number one, it's fun. I wanted to get as many MVHS students involved as possible. I wanted them to be the ones that would be designing and creating clothes. I still want to do that with kids, and I want to help them do that. And then number two, we were just trying to raise money for the Friendship House. So and also to invite the community in so they can also be educated and be more aware of.
Do you have any idols for the fashion world?
Coco Chanel. She was a woman during she started fashion before World War II. And she just, stuck to her guns, and she just scraped. She's a really fascinating story, and she wanted fashion to be more wearable for women, and she's the one that started women not wearing all the bustles and the corsets, and they just started to relax a lot of the underclothing. So, but she made it look really cool. I don't know, I just love Coco.
What was your favorite outfit that you made for the fashion show?
I actually made more than I put in because I made like 10, and I think only 8 were in there. A couple of them I painted and the paint was coming off. But I really liked the Target because I wanted to make a retro piece. And then the Walmart piece, I wanted to be more like a kind of like Sunday strolling along the avenue piece. This was why I made hats with them. Yeah, so the Walmart and the Target, those are my favorite. They're really colorful, and I think they came out really good.
What made you want to do a project like Project Re-Runway?
I've done it before, so this is my second one, actually. We did one down in Arlington a few years ago, and that one was basically upcycling and also just clothes from different thrift stores and online consignment places. So I wanted to extend this one a little bit more to include some of the recycled dresses from plastic and some of the kids if they want to get into it.
Why do you think projects like Project Re-Runway are important?
I'm hoping that we can get more kids involved in maybe something during Earth Week. And I'd like to do another one in the spring, but I want more kids because I feel like this exposes something to the kids that aren't into maybe sports or any of the other millions of extracurricular activities here. I don't really see an avenue for kids that are into fashion. So, or want to design or be creative with clothing or textiles or, anything with recycling goods. So that's what I want to do for the spring, and that's why I want to do it here at Mount Vernon.
Hi, my name's Alyssa. I was a model in the fashion show, and I had a blast doing it.
What made you want to get involved in this kind of thing?
So ever since I was little, I like to dress up, and I've always been really into fashion and just wearing cool clothes. So when I was given the opportunity to be part of this, I really was excited to be in it.
So what made you interested in fashion in the first place?
So I just think it's all about the art and the creativity is really cool to me, and how you can just express yourself and you kind of have a completely open canvas. So that's what really caught my interest in fashion.
So do you have any favorite outfits that you yourself wore or any of the other models wore during the fashion show?
I really, really liked the Black Magic collection. I ended up keeping one of my dresses, and I'm going to be wearing it to homecoming. But my silver cocktail dress that I wore in the I Can't Believe It's Plastic line, which was just silver with bottles that were turned into rings, and it was so cool, and it sounded really cool when I walked with it, and it was sparkly, and I really, really liked it. It's super impressive that it's completely made out of plastic.
So would you like to tell us why projects like Project Re-Runway is so important?
So I think it really brought awareness to the fact that there's a lot of waste when it comes to plastic bags and bottles, because the ocean's completely filling up with garbage, especially plastic bags and bottles. And so by reusing these products and turning them into clothing, that's especially amazing, because we all need clothes. It's not something that you can get by without. So if we can turn something that's usually just one use, like a bottle or a bag, and turn it into clothes, I think that's really resourceful and pretty impressive.
With the Project Re-Runway, how much did you collect in donations, and where did the money go?
So we collected about $240 for the Friendship House, which is quite a lot for a mainly student organized event, and it's all going to people in need.
Are you interested only in modeling, or would you also want to delve in creating your own fashion line from the same idea, like recycling, or just creating a fashion line in general?
I think it would be interesting to try and create some outfits. I'm not very good at sewing or designing, but I think being able to have some input in that kind of stuff would be neat, because looking at all the creations, it like blew my mind that this was all created by teachers and students, because there was a line done by Miss Watts, and it was the plastic one, like 10 dresses completely made out of plastic, and then another full line completely just black dresses found from a thrift store. So if you can make like beautiful outfits out of just those things, I feel like it'd be pretty simple to try and put something together yourself.
Is there anything else that you would like to say about the project Re-Runway?
So we will be having another fashion show this spring. It'd be amazing if you guys could show up to that. We will be taking donations, and they will be donated to a few different organizations, and go Bulldogs.
Thank you.